Good evening, this is Tony Biaggi, and this is the Wrestlemania 32 review. I just finished watching Wrestlemania 32, and I thought this was the most expensive piece of crap I've ever seen in my entire life, and this has been by far the worst Wrestlemania of all time. Because nothing that the WWE did tonight made sense. I mean, it was like they were just. Have you ever heard the expression of if you put lipstick on a pig, it's still pig? That's what the WWE is, except they put jewels, they put rings, necklaces, a hat on the pig. And it's still a pig, and the show is just ridiculous. Obviously, the WWE has forgotten about the wrestling part of WrestleMania. Although on the kickoff show, Lita was there, and she announced that the Divas title will be removed, and in its place the WWE Women's Championship belt, to try to say that the women's wrestling in WWE is evolving. But after watching this tonight, no. The Divas division is not evolving, it's devolving, and it just makes no sense. And the title that they presented was just like the WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt, only it was red and white. You know, it was like had the color red on the title part with a white strap. This is just ridiculous. Obviously, they had no imagination. I mean, they could have thought of any other design. I mean, sure, the Divas title looked goofy. At least it was different. I mean, I would have thought that they would revert to the old women's championship belt, but this is just boring. The title's boring. I don't get it. The Divas division is dead because the title is centered around the three NXT rookies that came along to this organization, and the majority of these Divas matches are tag teams. And, of course, the Divas division is being influenced by Total Divas, the fake reality show. And last night it did show. Okay, that was at the kickoff show, and let's see. Well, at the kickoff show, it was the United States Championship match between Kalisto, the champ, and Ryback. I don't know, I thought this match was decent. Have to say, one of the best matches on the kickoff show. And speaking of the kickoff show, this year they did something different that they showed. Okay, one half of the kickoff show was on the network, and the other half you can see on the USA Network, and I have some problems with that because the format of a kickoff show is because, like, if they have a match during the kickoff show on USA, they won't show the entire match. They're just gonna go to a commercial break, and that's the problem. I mean, this is something on pay-per-view. You should see the entire match. I don't know. Kalisto went over by doing the Salito del Sol to beat Ryback. I thought it was a decent match. Better than a lot of these matches. And the next one was Team Total Divas versus Bad and Blonde. And the Total Divas team consisted of Brie, Paige, Natalia, Alicia Fox, and, oh my god, Eva Marie. And Bad and Blonde were consisted of Lana, Summer Rae, Naomi, Emma, and Tamina. Now, during this match, I don't know, Lana wrestled a little bit, but I have to say it was way better than Eva's time in the ring because this whole match was filled with botches. Just lots of botches. And one in particular is when Eva was trying to tag someone to take her place, and Paige's hand was out, and Eva just hesitated like she didn't know what the fuck to do. I just say this match was just a clusterfuck, and I was doing the finishers at the very end, and Team Total Divas went over, and this. I think there was some kind of problem between Paige and Eva Marie because on Monday Night Raw, when Eva Marie came out there to help him, Paige just left the ring and didn't want to touch Eva. She just left. I don't know what the fuck they do with it. I don't really give a shit. Then the next match was the Usos versus the Dudley Boys, and I don't know, this match felt generic, and since we've seen these two fight each other a lot, we didn't expect anything different. But throughout the match, Bubba Ray was just talking about just like their father, like Rikishi, like how they beat him, just like that they beat Rikishi back in the day, and this ridiculous. And the Dudley Boys went over, and they were trying to do a table spot. Try to put two tables in the ring, even though they said that they were done with the tables. I don't know what the continuity was that about. But the Usos got up and put the Dudley Boys on the tables, and then they got on top, and then there's some more splash to the Dudley Boys. And just, I get this is a kickoff show, but come on, do something different. Although, when I get to the Wrestlemania pay-per-view, the first match was the ladder match for the Intercontinental title. And it was between Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, Stardust, Zack Ryder, Sami Zayn, and Sin Cara. I have to say, this is one of the best matches of the night. Lots of ladder spots, especially Sin Cara, because when Sin Cara was on the ladder, he was pushed off, but then he landed on the top of the top rope and did a swanton dive into the crowd of wrestlers. And again, when Sin Cara was on top of the ladder and he was pushed off, and Stardust was laying down a ladder outside the ring. You know, it was a ladder connected to the ring and to the barricade, and then when Sin Cara was falling off the ladder, he did a splash on Cody Rhodes that broke through that ladder. I think that was a good spot. And during this match, Dolph Ziggler was like just hitting everyone with super kicks. And then when he threw Zack Ryder off the ladder, he was getting ready to do like the sweet chin music like Shawn Michaels and hit him with it. I don't know, I was expecting that Kevin Owens were to powerbomb someone through the ladder, but it never happened. I don't know, he had a good showing. And then the unexpected happened during this match. There was a spot where Kevin Owens was on the top of the ladder, and I don't know, he just hesitated. He just stopped there, just stopped there momentarily. He was about to get the title, and then Sami Zayn knocked him off there. But then, who should get the title? Zack Ryder. So Zack Ryder is your new Intercontinental Champion. And then his dad came out there and hugged him, and I think that was a good spot in that match, but I don't know. I don't know why they gave him the title, but you know what? At least they're trying to give him a push after Cena buried him. Well, I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but let's see. Up next was the tag team match between the New Day and the League of Nations, and before I don't know, because when the League of Nations challenged the New Day for the tag team titles at WrestleMania, I thought that was going to be the match, but they announced that it was a 6-man tag between the New Day and Alberto Del Rio, Rusev, and Sheamus. And before the match began, the New Day did this bit where they had a big box of bootios. I hope that's not a real thing. And if I check WWE.com, if I find that this is real, that this I don't know. And then the box tipped over and spilled these fake cereal, and then the New Day came out there wearing, the same costumes like Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz were wearing. I don't know. Xavier Woods did look like Vegeta with his hair sticking up. I don't know this. I don't know this match. That was okay. That New Day stomp. I didn't like all that little gyration, all that. God, this is awful. I don't know who told them to do this. I don't know who the hell would write the New Day like this. Oh, God. This is horrible. Just horrible. Although at the end of the match, the New Day was Xavier Woods trying to cheat by holding the tights up, and then Xavier Woods was about to attack Sheamus. Barrett did his bull hammer to knock him out, and then Sheamus did the bro kick for the win. And then they were talking about how they're the most powerful group in the WWE, and there's not a 3-man team that can beat them. And I was shocked that the 3 men that came out was Shawn Michaels, Nick Foley, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. My God. And then they came into the ring, and then they started attacking the League of Nations. Then they did all their finishers, like Shawn Michaels did Sweet Chin Music. Nick Foley had Socko out, did a Mandible Claw. And then Stone Cold did a Stone Cold Stunner. And then the New Day came in, and then they started playing their music. They tried to get them to dance, and Shawn Michaels was trying to just shake his ass or something. I mean, God damn, it looked like he attempted to do that. It was just awful. And then Xavier Woods was trying to get Stone Cold to dance. Then he danced a little, and then he just gave him the Stone Cold Stunner. And then beer cans flew, and they started drinking, and that ended that skit. It is awful. And I don't understand is how the hell are the New Day faces? I have to say, I think it all started at Fastlane when the Usos tried to cheat, and then the crowd started to root for the New Day, and then it went downhill from there. So instead of having a tag team match, we had a 6-man tag. I'm really sick and tired of 6-man tags. Can we have a tag team match? I realize TNA and Ring of Honor and all these other companies have tag team divisions that they actually pursue the titles. Okay. And then next, I don't know what was next, but oh yeah, next was by far the most boring match of the night. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. And I'm not saying that the action is bad, but AJ Styles is boring. I don't know what it is, but every single time that I watch AJ Styles in the WWE, every single time I hear his theme music, I get drowsy and yawn. I fell asleep during that Fastlane match. And the one thing that I don't get this, they've done this several times over. I couldn't keep myself. I tried to keep myself awake during this match, and the action was so slow and sloppy. And then, I don't know, I was seeing all these instant messages that people were typing during this match, and they say it was boring, and they wanted to end. I mean, I wanted to end because I didn't want to fall asleep. And the one thing I don't get is that how come the Styles Clash can't win the match? This is another example again that the Style Clash is downgraded because it's not a finisher anymore because lots of people are kicking out of it. I don't know. This match was just boring. I mean, Chris Jericho did his best, but I don't know. And the match, at the end of the match, AJ Styles was going for the flying forearm off the top rope, but then Chris Jericho caught him with a code breaker for the win. And I'm just glad that he won the match because I didn't want to fall asleep during WrestleMania. This is it was ridiculous. I mean, I'm not playing. I'm not making fun of him. It's serious. I almost fell asleep during this match because of him. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the theme music or just the way he wrestles in WWE. I don't know what it is. They're just boring. And let's see. Here's the next match was the Divas Championship, but no, the Women's Championship between Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks. Okay. This was way better than that 10 that tag team match they had during the kickoff, and I know Sasha Banks had the biggest pop of all of them. And also with Sasha Banks, when she was coming out, she had Snoop Dogg with her, and then she started singing her theme music, and Snoop Dogg ad-libbed some lines that he made up, and I think that was great. And then Charlotte came out there, and she wore an outfit that almost looked like what Ric Flair used to wear. You know, the robe and everything. You know, he had his hands out, you know, this little piece of cloth coming down his arms like that. It was kind of like that. It was a robe. It was kind of like a dress robe, but it had these wings on there, and she had some pyro. and the one thing about WrestleMania, they had lots of fireworks, and I have to say, that they're really blowing through that network money. And they probably might not have anything visual for a very long time after this. I don't know. This match was great. I mean, for the most part. I mean, Sasha Banks was trying to beat him with the finger four. And I don't know how. And then there was at one point where I think it was Becky or okay, yes, I think it was Becky. Lynch was trying to do a splash on Sasha Banks, and Sasha Banks pulled Ric Flair right in front of her, and he took a really nasty bump from that. Okay, and this match was great right up until the end, where Charlotte had Becky Lynch in the figure eight, and Sasha Banks was trying to get in the ring, but Ric Flair was holding on to her legs to prevent her from coming in, and Sasha and Charlotte won, so she's your new WWE Women's Champion, and I still like the belt. And everyone was booing her, and even during the Hall of Fame, they booed her. They really ruined her because of this, and I don't think they're gonna try to get away from these three for the title, and because they haven't had that many single matches during this. I don't know. This is awful. The matches started great, but then they ended with such crap. Okay, let me see here. Alright, then. Oh, God. Hell in a Cell between Shane McMahon and The Undertaker. And if Shane won, he could control Monday Night Raw. And The Undertaker gets fired. If Undertaker wins, he still keeps his job, but Shane is no longer at McMahon. And I don't know, I have high hopes on the ending, but I don't know, Shane really performed better than anyone out there. I mean, it started with him that's trying to bobby and weaving on The Undertaker, and Undertaker hit him with some good strikes. And one good part of this match was when Shane McMahon had The Undertaker in the corner. He pulled out the trash cans. Oh wait, wait. I think I skipped a beat. No, that was after. Okay, but before that match, I'm gonna get back to that. Was the street fight between Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose, and I don't know, Dean was using all these weapons, and Brock Lesnar, like, he gets a kendo stick, and it looked like he was about to use it, but then he breaks it in half. And at one point where Brock Lesnar dropped the kendo stick right in front of Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose tried to get the kendo stick, but then Brock Lesnar just stands over it. And then the next time he did this, Dean Ambrose just him and the ball and start beating with that kendo stick, and then at one point during this match, Dean Ambrose brought out that chainsaw that Terry Funk gave him, but I don't know, he didn't use it because Brock Lesnar caught him. And then during this match, he pulled out that weapon that Nick Foley gave him, but he didn't use it. Yes, it was too PG. God. Dean Ambrose has a good chair spots at Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar did a lot of suplexes to him, German and regular suplexes. And let's see. And Dean Ambrose did the dirty deeds to Brock Lesnar on top of some chairs, and I thought I was going to win a match, but I didn't. And I think Brock Lesnar did a F5, but I think he was supposed to do the F5 that Dean Ambrose will land on the stacks of chairs in the ring, but he ended up landing on the chairs. Oh, it is, but and then again, Dean. Wait, no. He didn't do the F5. He did a German suplex, and Brock Lesnar landed on the chair. So, and then in the match, Brock Lesnar did one F5 and won the match. And I don't know. It was a good match, but I was a little disappointed because this was supposed to be a street fight. And they only were wrestling in the ring and near the ring, and I thought that the action was going to spill into the crowd. That would have been great, or at least fought on the aisle. I don't know, they could have did a lot more for that match, and it just was a disappointment. So disappointed in this match. Okay, and then back to the Undertaker versus Shane McMahon match. Okay, I don't know, cause like when Shane McMahon found the trash can and he put it right next to the Undertaker, and then he did his coast to coast to the Undertaker. Was nice. And then at one point, Shane did the triangle hold on the Undertaker, and then the Undertaker put his Hell's Gate on top of him. I don't know. I wish that Jim Ross was there during this match, because I would love to hear his Hell's Gate, Hell's Gate, Hell's Gate. But we can't ask him to do this crap. And in the final hours of this, and the final minutes of this match, okay, because Shane, he went under the ring and got these bolt cutters, and he started to cut the links into the Hell in a Cell fence, just so that Undertaker could grab him and battle, and just ram him right through the cage, and the cage wall fell on top of the tables, and then Undertaker started just tossing right into the fence. And at one point, this was a WrestleMania moment that I remember, because he had the Undertaker on top of the table, and then Shane climbed up on top of the cage. And if you remembered how he did his jump off the Titantron onto his opponent, he tried to do that to the Undertaker, but the Undertaker moved out of the way, and he just really took a nasty bump at that table, and Shane was just out. And then the Undertaker brought him back into the ring, and then he did a choke slam, and the Undertaker won. So Shane is not a McMahon anymore, and the Undertaker's streak is 22-1. I knew this was gonna happen. You expected that there was gonna be a change in the WWE, but they proved it wrong. There is no change in the WWE, and that just proved it. Although I guess it might not be bad not to be a McMahon, especially how the McMahons ruined professional wrestling in America. Oh my god, they keep saying how they're the only company around and there's others you can go to. Might not pay as much, but at least your careers are intact. At least you don't have to dress like a goofy clown. Just disappointing. And the main event, Roman Reigns and Triple H. And they really must have went through their budget with Triple H's entrance. I know, cause like when you're watching, then they have all these guys with sewn mouths to them. It was like a whole legion of them. And then when it went back into the stadium, you saw Stephanie McMahon wearing some kind of, I don't know, dark princess outfit, talking about how they're gods and they run everything. And one thing I don't get is why didn't Triple H dress up for his little performance? And then Roman Reigns came down the aisle, and he didn't have any gimmicks or any entrance. He just walked down the aisle, that was it. And this match was just boring, dull. It was just... although, let's face it, Triple H is not a great wrestler. Because he's only great if his opponent is great, like Stone Cold or The Rock. But it was just so boring. Alright, it was just some hitting, clotheslines. I don't know. This is awful, especially Roman Reigns. He did his apron drop kick on him. I was expecting something, because you know, if you've seen the Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan match at Wrestlemania, because if you guys were poor, who didn't want to pay that much for pay-per-view, and then if you heard it, you would think it was a great match, but if you look at it for real, it was just awful. And let's face it, that match was just god awful. The both of it. And all Reigns could do is that Superman punch and all that. It was just awful. This goddamn awful. I don't know. There's one point where Reigns had him pinned, and then Stephanie McMahon pulled the ref out, and they were arguing with each other. I don't know. And then during this, Stephanie McMahon got into the ring, and then Roman Reigns was getting ready to deliver a spear to Triple H, but he missed and got Stephanie. He caught Stephanie McMahon with a spear, so that took her out. And then it started to pick up, and then Triple H had his little sledgehammer, and then Roman Reigns was bounced off the ropes, and then he missed the shot with his sledgehammer, and then Roman Reigns went used the spear to win the match. So Roman Reigns is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion for the third time. I don't know. This is just too flashy. Oh yeah. I don't know. And the one thing that I did like, because before the main event, they had the Dallas cheerleaders come out, which meant that The Rock was coming out, and he said he has some sort of announcement. And then he was just talking about trying to get everybody hyped up, but then the Whites came out there, minus Luke Harper for some reason. I don't know. I thought he was hiding to try to get The Rock, but I don't know. Then Bray Wyatt came out there. He talking about how he was the perfect guy. He was successful and all that. And what was disappointing was that Rock was just using these juvenile taunts and all that. Just it was awful. I don't know what's wrong with The Rock now. I guess it might be PC or all that, but no. All those jokes that the Rock was making didn't make no sense. It was stupid. And then, then Rock says he's gonna challenge Bray Wyatt to a match, or any other of the Wyatts to a match, and then The Rock just ripped his pants, and he had his wrestling gear on. He was ready. And then the Wyatts decided it was Eric Rowan versus The Rock. He brought out a referee, and the referee rang the bell, and then Eric, I don't know, Eric Rowan was about to tackle him, but then The Rock used the Rock Bottom to win in 6 seconds. It was a stupid match. I don't know why they did this. We could have had an Austin versus Rock match, but and then Bray Wyatt was getting the Wyatt family together to attack The Rock, and who should save him? That I thought it was going to be Stone Cold, but Stone Cold already came out there. No, it was John Cena. John Cena came to the rescue for The Rock, and they started kicking ass, and then they both started burying the Wyatt family. Eric Rowan had the attitude adjustment. The Rock did his Rock Bottom to Braun Strowman. That buried him, and then Bray Wyatt was about to deliver the Sister Abigail to The Rock, but then John Cena stopped it, and then The Rock did his spine buster on him, and then he delivered the Peeps' elbow. And then what was sickening, these guys hugged. Because everybody thought that tonight was the night that Cena was going to turn heel, but let's face it, he doesn't want to be heel. It's horrible. This is horrible. This whole night's just awful. I don't know why they did this. I don't know why they made so much effort at this. Use so many fireworks, and I can't wait to hear what what's gonna be on Monday Night Raw. It's awful. This is what happens when you concentrate more on entertainment and less on wrestling, because people get hurt if you don't practice wrestling. This whole thing is... this was by far the most expensive thing that they've done as of late. And you're gonna freeze, and I'm guessing that a lot of people's pay is gonna get shorter. I don't know. I was just disappointed. I mean, they had some good matches, but they just ruined them. I mean, and I'm really getting sick of town just promoting that network and that stupid Total Divas and all this. I can't see them surviving with all this money that they're spending. I mean, the fireworks and now this. Not to mention that you can get the WWE network real cheap if you keep buying those Walmart cards. You get 3 months for $9.99 instead of buying monthly. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Oh god, that was a big mess. Okay, you had the Ascension, Darren Young, the Social Outcast, Mark Henry came out there, and also Barry Corbin was in there, and somehow Tatanka was there. It's good to see him again. It's been years since I've seen Tatanka. Still, it's great. And then the biggest surprise was Diamond Dallas Page came out there. And I'm still mad because they don't use his WCW theme music. No, they use that "It's me, it's DDP." I really want to hear that self high five. I want to hear it one more time, but no. And then Big Show came out there, and Kane, and R-Truth and Goldust were there too. But then the next person, and I don't know why they came out there. It was Shaq. Yep, Shaq. Shaq came out there. He was the participant in the little Memorial Battle Royal, and then him and Big Show faced off, and he was taller than the Big Show. And when the bell rang, all of them came out of Shaq and the Big Show, and they just pushed on them off, and they all of them went out of the ring. But they weren't eliminated, they just slid under the ring. And then Kane came in front of them, and they started choking each other. And then Shaq and the Big Show did a double choke slam on them. And I don't know, I forget, but I know it was Curtis Axel or someone else. And they threw him out, and then Damien Samuel came in front of them, and they threw him out. And then Shaq and Big Show started trying to choke each other out, but then everybody came back in the ring and pushed them out, and those two were eliminated. And then the Social Outcasts were starting to eliminate everyone. And then at the very end, DDP got eliminated, Tatanka got eliminated, some of the Shojo Outcasts got eliminated. And then it came down to, I think it's Kane. He started eliminating people, but then Baron Corbin came out of nowhere, eliminated Kane, so he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and I don't know how this is going to help his career, because let's face it, Cesaro and Big Show won that, and their careers are just dead. I don't know. This WrestleMania was just a really big disappointment. They only concentrated the entertainment part of wrestling, not the sports part. I don't know. You say what you will, but let's face it. You can go to a local wrestling organization, and they might not have that many people, but at least people will enjoy themselves. Instead of this whole night with this crap. And I really don't understand what the WWE's direction is now. They already proved that they don't care about the tag team division. I don't know what to tell you guys, and you can leave your comments on this, on the video, talk about how you liked or disliked the Royal Rumble. It's just, this is awful. Well, that's it for me. So that's it. But the one thing I want to talk about before I leave is Takeover. And comparing the main event between Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe, and Triple H versus Roman Reigns, I'd rather pick the NXT Takeover pay-per-view, but it's not that. I just don't understand. This is the whole thing. Talk about NXT Takeover, and Nakamura and Sami Zayn had a great match in that. The Women's Championship, and it was a decent match. It was between Bayley and Asuka. Asuka? Yeah, Asuka. And Asuka won via submission hold, and I think it was way better than the Divas match. Well, it's just, I don't know, this whole thing is just stupid. This whole WWE is just stupid. I don't know. During that little main event match in NXT is just, I don't know, because Samoa Joe cut himself during a headbutt. It was some strange reason they had to stop the match to stop the bleeding. And then they wiped the blood. I don't understand that. I don't know. It's just awful. All of it's just awful. I guess I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna try to get this out tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to do a Monday Night Raw review tonight. Probably not gonna make a podcast of it, but I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.